Hey everybody, it's Dennis, and I'm bringing you another interview again for my book, Udemy Life, which hopefully is going to be out this fall. And I've got Alina with me right now, and she's a Udemy instructor, and I'm going to talk to her in a bit and ask her some questions about her Udemy experience. Hi, Alina. Go ahead and let everybody know a little bit about yourself.
Hello, Dennis, and hello, everyone. My name is Alina Tudorache. I'm a Udemy instructor, and I'm right here in Romania for you today.
Awesome. It's actually getting late evening there while it's where I'm at. It's still morning, which is kind of interesting. So, hey, Alina, do you remember when you first came across Udemy?
Oh, yeah. I've knew about Udemy for a while, but I've only decided to join as an instructor and put quality content on the market in 2014, last November. In fact, I knew about Udemy since 2011 or something like this. I don't know. I'm not
Wow.
sure.
Wow,
It
that's.
was bookmarked.
Oh, you had a bookmarked or something and then
Yeah,
you hadn't done
yeah,
anything with it yet. So, were you
indeed.
doing any online courses at all, like at that time, somewhere else?
Yeah, I had some previous e-learning experience
Mm-hmm.
as an instructor, teaching in Second Life in 2006. That's a metaverse platform.
Wow.
Yeah, and I also delivered private courses through Moodle.
Mm-hmm.
And I even created an e-commerce website where I used to sell my courses,
Mm-hmm.
and research papers that I was creating back then for students from Axia University, from Colorado Technical University, and as such.
Wow, that's pretty interesting because I mean, I had some stuff that I had on my own website, but that was, I mean, not too long ago. That was like back last year. So you've gone back even further and we're teaching online. So when did you launch your first course on Udemy?
Well, it happened last year in November, and I will tell you how this happened. Um, I've decided to design and deliver my first course on Udemy
Mm-hmm.
during the Black Friday challenge on Udemy.
Ah,
Yes, but the funny fact is that I didn't quite participated to the challenge,
mm-hmm.
not transparently. I haven't joined the challenge back then, but I did follow its guidelines and the deadlines for the course creation. So just to keep up with the process itself. And it was a high motivational factor for me. So I've launched my first course on Udemy, course on NLP, on neuro-linguistic secret strategies to monetize your ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I wanted to bring something that belonged to me 100%, to bring insightful information and quality. And up to this moment, up to this point, this course has brought me great value. What
Mm-hmm.
does it? That it still has the highest rate of conversion from all my courses. The students within the course are collaborating with each other. They even collaborate with me on a project.
Wow.
Yeah, I was told that inside the course itself.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I'm pointing here to training and coaching and e-learning projects.
Yeah.
I also earned a few Udemy badges, achievements, because Udemy has a great system of gamification. It's not that elaborated, but it does motivate and engage the instructors.
Mm-hmm.
And I also had the opportunity to deliver follow up and coaching for the students inside the course. Um, so we had some Skype meetings or Google Hangouts, private ones, where I could and I still help them on the way to implement those strategies.
Mm-hmm.
just to
No,
keep focused and to make sure that the course itself is not just a product on the market. It's an entire process of change.
yeah, yeah. So that hasn't been too long since you've launched that course. How many courses do you have now on Udemy?
I have only launched 4 courses on Udemy until now,
Mm-hmm.
and their outcomes were, as I said, great student engagement, even partnerships. I focused on the quality of the courses, on the feedback, on interaction inside the course. And in January this year, I've been identified as a top Udemy instructor. And these 4 courses also brought me something else. Um, I participated to other challenges while creating these courses for the New Year's challenge, for the summer camp one.
Mm-hmm.
So I've won the Udemy swag pack. Yeah,
Oh yeah, I
it's there.
remember. Yeah, congratulations. I remember when you won that.
Thank you. And my courses, 2 of them were featured by Udemy on Twitter, and all this had a great response. You know,
Good, good. That's nice to hear. I know that you got that. You've been recognized for for that, so that's pretty cool because you can use that to your advantage in a way to let people know that you were recognized as one of Udemy's top instructors. And I think that like you said, engagement with your students is really important on Udemy, and they recognize that because that's how you build relationships. So yeah. So is your first course your most popular course, or is one of the other courses more popular?
my first course is the most popular course right
Mm-hmm.
now because it has been launched about 1 year ago. It still brings a lot of income.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, but I want to tell you is that I had a few achievements, and this indeed created a competitive advantage, let's call it so, between other instructors and me. But as an instructor, I focused on something else to give me the competitive advantage that I needed on the market because on Udemy, the neurolinguistic area has some competitors, and some of them already launched a lot of courses in the field.
Mm.
And I made sure to bring program I will tell you about right now. I focused on quality and not quantity. That's why I only have 4 courses. Yeah. And I'm making sure to meet all the needs and concerns of the students enrolled in my classes through the discussion questions area to Skype meetings. I even delivered a webinar for them.
Mm.
So yeah, and another thing about the competitive advantage I tried to create is that every course I deliver on Udemy, I have one on psoriasis natural healing methods, which is not on NLP, of course.
Yeah.
But each course that I have has premium content. This means it's 100% original, uh, tested within an organization or with entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, digipreneurs in sessions. So I'm not the designer and developer of this content. I'm sure you know the importance of this thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's important to have good original content and be one step ahead of others who might be teaching, within the same genre as you, so that you have that competitive advantage over them. So 4 courses, that's still, a fair amount of courses. And you talked about quality. So, what about like a course creation tip besides quality? What would you say that an instructor should focus on?
Oh, Udemy offers um, a very important tool, which is the methodology. And that methodology helps me as an instructor and you to create courses that are um, received very well on Skillfeed. Skillshare is closing
Mm-hmm.
on, I don't know, any other place on the internet. So use that methodology and make it for your own benefit. Another advice that I want to give is that um, make sure you deliver an original course if possible, and create elements for fun, engagement, collaboration, even make, I don't know, business simulation or simple simulation scenarios, activities, because the quizzes are not enough. They are just making the students to become aware of their of their present situation, their behavior, but they need more to progress. They need activities inside the course, and if you can do that, that's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
If you can, yeah, and if you can implement a feature of follow up after the course, that would be also amazing, because you sustain that transfer of information.
That's a good point. And you also keep that student engaged with you so that as you release maybe your fifth and sixth course on Udemy, that they would be more willing to enroll in those courses. So it's really important to maintain that relationship after they're done with the course. So you've got these four courses. You completed your first course last year. So what about some advice on marketing? So those who are listening and maybe are new to Udemy, what do you think they should do too? What's your best advice for marketing?
Well, at this point, I'm just gonna say what I'm doing, because I don't know the magic formula yet. My last course is first on the NLP page. So if you search NLP, you will see my last course being the first one. I don't know how that happened. Who's bringing more income is on the second page. I'll tell you what my magic tricks for the marketing and PR. In 2014, when I started, I thought that I don't have a digital identity that I needed. I didn't have that. I had a low budget website, some information about me here and there, some pics from my trainings, from the conferences I have been delivering speeches, and so on. So I decided to create this digital identity for myself on social networks, on affiliate marketing places, but not too much, not too many. On business and entrepreneurship online places. And last month, I decided to rebuild my website uh, and to create a more focused one on the e-learning solutions that I'm offering. I'm not really building a sales funnel there, but I'm trying to do something more.
Hmm.
And other simple ways that I'm promoting my courses are just coupon sites. And I do that once per month. And the results are average.
You cut out just a little bit there at the end. Do you want to repeat what you said?
Of course, I said simple ways to promote my courses are coupon sites.
Mm-hmm.
I'm using that specific. I put my coupons once per month on different coupon sites,
Yeah.
and the results are average. But I have to say, and I will give you this tip, that the last December, most of income from Udemy courses came from the coupon I put on coupon sites.
Yeah. So I just want to let those people who are watching this that we're having a little bit of trouble with the connection. It was working fine for a while, but I mean, when you think about like the distance between you and I, it's amazing that we're able to do this type of stuff. But sometimes there's where the audio cuts out or whatever. Skype is usually pretty good, but the last couple of times that I've used it, I've had some issues. So far, I've been able to get most of what you're telling us. So I might have to ask you to repeat every now and then, and it's just because our connection for some reason is off. So how about a tool that you use to stay productive during the day? What can you recommend to people that they try so that they stay on task?
I'll be very sincere here. Some people are using mind maps. I'm
Mm-hmm.
using that for planning my trainings, even for delivering some workshops. What works for me, I'm a gimmick behavior design or be trainer and coach. And what works for me are games. When I need more energy or just to debuffer,
Mm-hmm.
I go online and play. I just play. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm playing, let's say, half an hour or as much as I need.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing that while creating the courses also. So I can work, let's say, 12 per for a course,
Mm-hmm.
but of course, 2 hours that would mean playing games online to relax.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
and
good
yeah,
that's a good suggestion because that we forget sometimes that as adults we get too serious and too caught up in our work, and sometimes it's just good to take a moment to unwind and get away from that kind of stuff. I tend to like do that and then I forget and I'm off somewhere on Facebook reading something and then to the next article and then like, oh my God, what the heck am I doing? I forgot I was doing
yeah.
this. So yeah. So what kind of advice would you give to Udemy instructors, something that you've done that you think can benefit other instructors?
Just use the Udemy model for the methodology. You have it on their online pages. You have it in the challenges that were. I
Mm-hmm.
still have the guidelines for last 3 challenges on Udemy because
Mm-hmm.
they are useful. Focus on the uh, process of creating the course. If you already know what you put out there on the market, your content, and you value your content and your friends, your family,
Mm-hmm.
your trainees already, maybe they value your content. Just don't focus on the content that much. Focus on the process of creating the course. I did my last course in 7 days, and in June this year, I did the course and been accepted already on Udemy in 5 days. Of course, I worked 12 hours per day. Per day. I ate and I played a lot,
Yeah.
but I had that passion and energy. And I read on Udemy Studio a few months ago that let's say her 2 years to actually create her first course. And
Wow.
yeah, and she had this regret of not building it sooner.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing is that just do it. As Jeremy said in the last session that you had, it doesn't matter if you build a 30 minutes course or a longer one. Just start working because you will learn by doing. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a post for this ideology, learning by doing. So just do it.
Yeah, yeah. It's an old Nike saying, just do it. So, yeah. So, what about somebody who's new to Udemy? And because I mean, you've been there for you're coming up on a year because you said that you did Black Friday,
Yep.
and we're on the Black Friday challenge right now. So, what about somebody who's brand new that maybe is coming to Udemy right now? What would you advise them?
Well, coming to Udemy is not coming to an empty room. We have the Udemy studio to interact with other instructors.
Mm-hmm.
I was also available to other instructors like Olivier and his wife. I've talked to them before they became Udemy instructors, and I helped them with tips. Um, just go to other instructors, communicate with them, ask for tips. Uh, Communicate in the Udemy studio. Yeah, you need to build a rapport to get the insight, and this will save you time. Time is
Hmm.
value. Time is indeed value, and
Yeah.
you need to use it effectively.
Great. I like that you mentioned the Udemy Studio because that definitely is the first place for somebody to go when they're looking into Udemy. So if they're watching this somewhere else online, and I always bring up teach.udemy.com because that's an excellent resource too. And so what kind of things, like you've been doing this for a while and you said that you've had some success with revenue, what kind of things has Udemy allowed you to do? Have you done any traveling, paid off any bills, done anything exciting with that?
I supported myself each month.
Mm-hmm.
I made my puppy happy. I made my life partner happy.
Yeah.
But of course, I'm not only delivering courses on Udemy. I'm delivering courses on different other platforms. The revenue from Udemy, I just keep it for my basic things,
Mm-hmm.
and socialization also. Um, Maybe I'm put some money aside, but for the moment, I'm just enjoying the revenues and my life. I've bought a little house, and that didn't happen with the money from Udemy, but it happened right before I started content. So see what I from now on. I don't know. From it, maybe if I don't have students in the course, I haven't. That's
We're getting some of that interference again. I'm not sure if you can hear me okay. So
yes, I can hear you. Yeah.
I don't know what, like, why it does that. It's like when you have something important to say, it wants to cut out or something. I was going to say that your cabinets that you painted those the Udemy green behind you, the
Uh,
the color of Udemy, right?
yeah, it's just my furniture. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's nice. I mean, that it allows you the freedom to do that kind of stuff, and that you're making people aware that there's other platforms out there besides Udemy that you can distribute these courses on, because it really is needed to do something like that to have what we call passive income. They have these streams of income, and I do it myself. I have the Udemy courses and my website and my book that's coming up. So, I mean, I think that that's great that you're putting those courses out there in other places. What about some courses, like, are you working on something new? Are you doing the Udemy Black Friday Challenge this year?
Yeah, I'm the Udemy Black Friday challenge that I already launched the course.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe until Black Friday, I will launch another one, but it will not be in the challenge anymore because some of the deadlines already are gone.
Yeah.
And currently, I'm engaged in creating a new course, as I said, but I'm also expanding beyond Udemy.
Mm-hmm.
I have started a collaboration with a business simulation platform, the e-learning area.
Mm.
And I'm designing a new business training program for implementation in the major cities of the countries. Let's say this will work excellent at the beginning of the next year. What I want to say is that Udemy is a great model. It's a very good business model for us, the instructors. But there are also several other models that I'm a researcher at the core of my
Yeah.
being. Yeah. And I found some other platforms which are have their goods and bad, some advantages, some disadvantages, but there are there, and we need to test all because Is your message go beyond Udemy marketplace? And we don't need restrictions for creativity, you know.
Hmm. Yeah, I can understand. Like, I mean, and I understand why certain platforms have restrictions. It is a business, and they are accountable to their investors, which can kind of stifle the creativity. You know what? Like large corporations, we were talking about HP, and HP is a large company, and the larger they get, the harder it is for people to be creative because there's always that control, which is kind of unfortunate, you know? So, what about one last piece of advice or a thought before we leave today?
Just uh, possibilities, because every possibility is an opportunity. Get get beyond your magic circle, beyond your daily activities, um, and trust yourself. Just don't look up to others. Don't look up to me. I'm here today. You could be here tomorrow with Dennis.
Yeah.
Just do it. Just go ahead and do it. If you want to do it, if you want to tell us how you make cookies, or how you're chewing gum, or how you raise your children, just let us know. Publish a course on Udemy or anywhere else, and invite us in.
Yeah, good point. I like that. So you said that you had upgraded your website. So where can we find you online?
Well, just a simple website on Wix,
Hmm.
because one of my core beliefs is that the internet should pay for me. I don't need to pay the internet. The internet is paying me. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm on Wix because Wix is also has this feature of free
Hmm.
host, and just Alina Tudorache on Wix.
So what's the domain name for that?
That's www.com. Alina Tudorache
Okay.
Wix. Yeah. So
Uh,
if you just put my Google and Wix after, you will find me for sure.
yeah, and I'll make sure that people get the link when I put all of this stuff online because your name might be a little tough for some people to spell. Where my last name's mostly easy for people to remember. So
Great.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but let's see each other on Udemy Studio because it's fun there.
Yes, yeah, yeah. Join us. That's the first place to start is go to facebook.com and type in Udemy Studio and it should be the first thing that comes up and you just join and they'll let you in and then you can start asking questions and get started with your own course, right? Just like you did, just like I did. So
Hmm.
yeah. Great. Alina, thank you so much for spending time with me today. I really appreciate it. And I look forward to getting this out there so other people can see and hear your information that you shared today.
Thank you, Dennis, and thanks, many and warm thanks to our viewers, and good luck with your future projects.
Thank you. And I just want to remind everybody that they can find me at www.dennisjsmith.com. And thanks again for watching.